Today I'm going to share a potting mix recipe to grow Euphorbia milii or the crown of thorns plant. Hello plant lovers, I am Nishat Subah from Bangladesh and welcome to Plantalogy. If you are one of my regular viewers, then you might remember about 40 or 45 days back, I propagated some Euphorbia milii cuttings in pure charcoal. So I just put the cuttings in the charcoal and after a month, let me show you what happened. Also, I separated the rooted cuttings and put them together in this terracotta pot. Now all these cuttings have new growth, new leaves. Whenever a cutting has a decent amount of leaves or new growth, it is time to plant them individually. So today I'm going to repot all these cuttings in individual pots, going to share the potting mix recipe that not only will improve their overall growth, but also will increase the ability to produce flowers. As well as shortly will explain the care after repotting. So let's begin. Now euphorbias are quite hardy succulents and they do not require very modified potting mix like other succulents. We just have to make sure the soil is well draining. So here I am adding 1 part garden soil, half part of sand. Here I have taken the sand that we get after crushing stones. This type of sand is a mixture of fine sand and coarse sand, so it helps to provide the desired well-draining texture of the soil. Then adding half part compost. Now euphorbias produce flowers when they struggle for food. So if we use too much fertilizer, the plant will form more leaves rather than producing flowers. After that, here I am adding 1/3 part pre-washed charcoal. These are around 3 or 4 centimeters long in size. Then adding 1/3 part stones. This will provide an extra gritty texture to the soil. And then mixing all together. And this is the potting mix that I generally prepare to grow my euphorbias. Now I'm going to gently separate the cuttings. The cuttings are still establishing their roots, so I have to be careful. Also, I will check how their roots are doing. You can see this one has a very good root system. Also, these plants have good root growth. Here I have taken a 6 inches pot, has several drainage holes that will drain out excess water, which is very important. So first filling half of the pot with media, then gently placing the plant in the center, and then filling up the empty spaces with the potting mix. After repotting, pouring water to set the soil and ensuring the roots are saturated. Now let's talk about what will be the care after repotting such cuttings. So since I watered the plants today, I will water next when the upper a few inches of soil will dry. As we know, euphorbias are a type of succulent and they can store water. So after repotting, if we water the plant excessively, the plant definitely will rot. So it's better to water less but often, I mean whenever the soil is drying up. Now for the next 10 or 12 days, we need to keep such repotted cuttings in a bright but shaded and cool place, or an area where these cuttings will receive around 2 or 3 hours of direct morning sun a day. I generally do not fertilize euphorbia cuttings at least for a month after repotting, because I have already mixed up compost. That will be sufficient for now. I will add compost again after a month. And yes, I will try to provide a separate video on this topic, because there are some specific nutrients that help the plant in its flower formation. Another thing is, the root of the euphorbias does not have vigorous growth. As I showed before, they have more like a compact root system, so try to grow them in small pots or a pot that will fit the root ball of the plant. Now here I have planted this tall cutting in a beverage bottle because I don't want to waste it. However, I will paint this pot later so it will look decorative, and put together the smaller cuttings in the clay pot again, because their root systems are not like the roots of the cuttings that are planted individually. So I will give some time for these cuttings to root properly and grow, and then I will repot individually. Now the main care is we need to take care of the watering and the light, because after repotting, plants start to stabilize themselves in the new media and environment, so they need mild, gentle weather and care to establish. So that's all. Hope this video will help you. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.